So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We're already recording this, but the first thing I want to go over is our new Black Label beta project. So what
Yes.
Black Label can be really useful for is if you're working with franchises, bigger franchises, I think Black Label could be the perfect option for you. Because what Black Label is that you can have your agencies underneath you or franchises underneath you and their clients underneath them. Currently, in White Label, how it works is that you're the admin and you have just clients underneath you. Those clients can't have, clients underneath them. So this is just like another layer where here on this Black Label version, this is still in beta, but if you want access, we can give you the link in the chat and everything. It's just blacklabel.play.io. And we have a 50% off option for you right now. The code is, I'll add this in the chat after, but it's capital B, capital L, beta 50. I'll add that in the chat right after too, but what you'll see here is that you'll see a Black Label tab. We're also bringing in like your white label clients into here too. So you can kind of like use this as a place to manage everything. Even if you just wanted to try out Black Label, like your white label features are also included in here. So like you'll see all of your high level clients from white label account, and you'll also see your custom domain clients from your white label account. But again, like Black Label, how it works is that you're the super admin. You can have agencies underneath you, but I think this is really great for franchises because now like one single franchise, like let's say you're working with like Burger King or something like that, for example. A Burger King could have their own white label account and they can see all of their franchises underneath them. So they can have like custom templates for each of their franchises and kind of just control the overall process. So I think franchises would be really useful for this, like whether it's car, dealerships that have a certain franchise and everything, but it kind of allows that overall franchise to kind of control the creative process overall. So how it works is that you can just tap add agency admin right here. And this is very similar to our custom domain setup. So you can just add your domain right here, um, like that the agency admin would use. So like this example is just ads.play.marketing.com. We upgraded our custom domain service now also. So before it used to take like 24 hours. We do our work fast, but just DNS settings can take a while. Now, this can work in, as quick as 10 minutes. You can have your custom domain live and everything right here. But how this is working is that you'll set up this custom domain for them. You just send them this invite link, the agency admin underneath you, or like the franchise owner underneath you. They can just log in to their domain. So this could be like ads.burgerking.com, for example, right here. You'll just send them this link and you can kind of limit the amount of clients that they can have to help you out with your pricing. What we're also working on is a better Stripe integration. So like when people cancel it, just like how we kind of do it in Play, um, like if they cancel a subscription, they don't get access to the tool. So we're going to be like helping you out with the billing side of things a lot too. But you'll just send them this agency admin link. They'll be into their own white label tool underneath you, and they can start inviting their own clients. They'll see this link on their side too. And once they do that, they can start adding their clients. And then from there, this is going to look like your white label accounts currently for them, but it'll be underneath your account and it'll have their own domain on it and everything. So besides the setup, everything in Black Label is the exact same as white label. Um, but you'll notice the exact same features and everything. It's pretty much just the management of this right here. So this is something we're still working on, and I do want to give everyone here like a 50% off coupon. So after I show some other new features, I'll add the code in here and you can get 50% off, and just would love any feedback as we're continuing to build this and everything out. But this is what Play Black Label would look like. Um, so some of the other features that we recently launched are, we kind of went over this last week too, but is our translation features. So we're adding French and Italian coming very soon too, but you can just switch into any of these like Spanish right here. This is now editing the entire UI of the app. You'll notice like, this is all in Spanish now, all of this stuff. To get this into Spanish and to actually like push a Spanish ad to your ads, you'll still need to come in here and you can just tap Spanish right here. So you can like have everything written in English in the prompt if you want to, and we could translate it, or you could even write this in Spanish right here. But to get the keywords and the ad copy and everything else in Spanish, you'll just switch this over to Spanish right here, and we'll just tap generate content. This one is for real estate right here. But this can kind of like help you, reach customers even outside of the US as well. So you'll notice like all of the content starting to generate in Spanish. So if this is in Spanish right here or whatever language, this is what's actually going to be pushed to the ad platforms. Whereas this feature up top is more just for the overall UI of the app. So we'll see keywords written in Spanish and everything right here. Keyword recommendations in Spanish. Ad copy and everything is in Spanish. So it's not only it could translate it, or you can write your prompt in Spanish and everything, but this is how everything can just be in your language for your customers. The dollar symbol here, this is already going to match their ad currency on file of their ad account. So I'm in the US, so this is still going to be USD. If your clients have an ad account they set up in a different country, it's just automatically going to match their currency right here. But this is just something else that we launched for you. And then we have two more things, and we'll just open up to questions right after. The other features that we launched are kind of just breaking out more of your ad asset reporting. So like before, we would kind of just show you like if your image is just good or bad or best. What we've done now, this just launched yesterday, is that we're actually breaking out the cost per click, the CTR, the clicks. We also brought in video reporting into here. So if your ads have a video, we're also reporting stats on that video. So you can kind of see like which certain headline or primary text is actually getting like the best results. So we kind of just broke it out, and you can see like the budget shifts across all of these right here. So this is in all of your accounts. Even it doesn't have to be a new ad. If you just check out some of your past ads, you'll see this asset performance breakdown right here. So kind of just help you. You don't necessarily need to remove a certain headline or primary text, but if you wanted to, this can actually help you kind of, just maybe you do want to add something else, like a different headline or primary text, or maybe you do want to remove one. So you can always come in here and edit it. But we're just kind of giving you that option now to kind of just see deeper reporting for each asset that you're testing. So I think this will be really, really awesome for you and for your clients right here. Two other things that we're working on right now are multi-ad groups on Google and multi-ad sets on Facebook. And what this will look like is that if we come in here, what we're going to have now is that if you currently launch an ad, it's going to be one ad group right now, just to keep it simple. But we're going to have a advanced option for you, and we'll already recommend these different ad group structures. So this is just going to be a nice feature for you to have. Like we'll kind of break it out, like this is a certain category of keywords that you want for one ad group, and we'll also recommend another category of keywords for another ad group. Same thing for Facebook. We'll kind of break this out into different targeting options and different groups. So that's what we're working on, is multi-ad sets and multi-ad groups right now. So you'll kind of see like maybe Facebook would be a better example to show you. But we'll kind of like break this out into maybe a property group, maybe a job title group, and you can just select them and launch multiple ad sets or ad groups in one campaign. So it's really helping you create even more A/B tests, and you can still keep the same budget. It's not about adding more budget here. It's just about adding more tests into your campaign. So that's something else that we're working on. That's probably going to be live in about 2 more weeks as this multi-ad set and multi-ad group feature. And the other thing that we're working on is our optimization folders. So no one's ever done this before. I don't think Google, even natively in their platform, will do this, or Facebook natively in their platform would do that either, because they want you to spend more. Like going into their platforms, they have features set up to get you to spend as much money as possible. Whereas what we're doing is that very similar to the Creative Hub, where you can group your ad templates into folders and everything right here. We will be giving you the option to group campaigns into folders. So you can even bring in your existing campaigns. You can bring in campaigns from Snapchat, from Spotify, from Bing, Facebook, TikTok, group them into these optimization folders. We'll give you certain timelines. So you can choose like 7 days or 14 days or 30 days optimization levels. And we're going to be not only moving the ad spend around to the better performing campaigns, we're also going to be making several other optimization actions inside of your campaigns, as well as showing you exactly the changes that are being made. So you can kind of group, maybe you just want to group all of your Facebook campaigns into a folder, or you want to go cross-platform and optimize campaigns across that folder. So that is like one of the biggest projects that I think we're the most excited about, probably out of anything we've done. Like no one's really done this and made it this simple to optimize your campaigns. So this is something that's coming very soon. And yeah, this is why, like, there's still some other smaller features that we're working on, but I think this one, you'll notice, like maybe for the next 3 weeks or so, like we're focusing on these like really big projects. That's just going to take your white label advertising tools to the next level for optimizations, and just kind of like grouping them in these folders, saving you time from having to check a lot of this stuff. And so we're really excited about that. The other thing that we're launching too is a percent of ad spend feature. So what the percent of ad spend feature looks like is that you'll have this in the clients tab up here, this percent of ad spend feature, and you can just choose if you want to do a margin or a markup. So a markup, like let's say you want to charge 20% of ad spend. If you do a markup, that's going to be charging, and like we're going to actually be like reporting. So like their cost per lead, if you're charging 20%, their spend and everything would be reported as 20% more than what they'd be seeing natively in the ad platforms. Then we'll also help you enable billing so you can charge them that percent of ad spend. So like our first step is like getting to you to report that markup, or if you want to do a margin, so you'd be taking 20% minus that overall ad spend, and that would be going into your accounts, and you could also be charging a percent of ad spend versus a subscription. So we'll have like more videos and everything coming up like that, but just a few like super big projects that we're working on this month. With that, happy to answer any questions on this, or we can just kind of get into more play specific things. We could talk about, some people have been asking us to go over sort of like real estate templates and kind of like a strategy for realtors. So we can do that, or we could just open up to questions now on some of these new features coming up, or just anything that you're facing currently. So just want to pass it over to you.
Hey Logan, it's Ray. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Ray? I'm good.
Going really well, buddy. We're having some first world problem. We're having some delicious growing pains, which is good. And thanks to Julia's help, or as we call her in Australia, Julia, everything is
Yeah.
going really well. So support is amazing. Just got a quick question. I've got a few clients. My clients are mostly real estate agents, and I can do a screen share if you want, but they're getting a ton of clicks on our Play platform, but they're not seeing those. So the ads that are working best, I should explain, is where we link a listing. So they'll have their website, ABC Real Estate, and they'll have their listing on it, 123 Johnson Street or whatever. So the number of clicks that we're seeing in Play, I've got one client, he's had 3,600 clicks. He's really happy about it, but his website's only showing like 1,200 clicks. So there's no correlation between the number of Play clicks and the number of website clicks. And that's happened now on about 3 or 4 occasions. And I'm wanting to do a promo so I can show them, hey, look, we're sending this traffic to the agent's website rather than to Zillow or one of the big monopolies.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a common issue? Am I doing something wrong?
Hmm.
There's only one place for them to click it's
Yes.
learn more, and the learn more is going straight to the website.
Yes. The problem is that you are measuring clicks in the ad, and then the website has different entrances. So it's like an attribution problem there. Maybe you are measuring every kind of click inside the website or visits. And in that case, you will have the organic visits and also the clicks on the ad visits. So it's like it should be different. The things that should be mostly aligned should be the pixel information. If you are, for example, using a conversion campaign and you are optimizing into a specific event in the pixel, in that case, there should be a match. But if you are taking into account the website or a landing page visit and the clicks on the ad, yes, it should be different.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense though, Yulia, because I mean, a click on a page is a click on a page, and that's where they're going. It wouldn't not register it. Do you know what I mean? And I can't explain it to my clients. That's all. I hear what you're saying.
Ray, are you saying it's the clicks in your Facebook Business Manager don't match up with what you're seeing in Play?
No, the clicks on the client's website.
Like in their actual, almost like the Google Analytics, like the tracking of who's coming in?
No. So the link, so these are traffic campaigns. We're sending them to a listing, right, for a house. So here's the ad we place in Facebook or Insta, right? And learn more, and the link on learn more is directly to the property. So when they look in the back end of their own website, they are not seeing the corresponding links on their website. That's the...
Yeah, it could be, they could be clicking somewhere else on the ad. Like maybe, do they have like any links in the primary text or anything?
No, there's only one link, which is to learn more. Do you want me to do a quick screen share and show you, or no?
You can. Like I think we have multi-participant sharing on. Let me stop sharing and let's see what we can do.
I've just got to come up with a response because I'm getting it from a few people at the moment. So these are their ads, right? This guy's selling a converted church. The ads look like that, and they are going to.
Wow, that's a cool property.
It's gorgeous, yeah, and they've had a ton of traffic. So they've had in 10 days or so.
That click-through rate is 17%. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm seeing over 30, Logan, for some of these. It's absolutely nuts. So you can see there. So this is where we're sending the traffic.
Yeah, I would say the first thing is maybe the date range also. We have to check the date range, but let's keep going over this.
Yeah, okay. So there's the traffic where they want to send it to, which is, they're loving that because they're getting the traffic rather than the big real estate portal. So that's working well. But the traffic, I think he showed me here, he looked in the back end, he's had 1,200 or something in those 10 days because it's in real time, where you can see here there's been 3,600 clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been clicking on this URL. So I need to come up with a logical answer that can get me out of trouble.
Yeah. So if you scroll up a little bit, let's make sure we're checking the right date, is because this is reporting all time by default at the top. Scroll up a little bit. Right here. So see how it's like 4/1. So like we just need to make sure like this date range is matching to what he's looking at. Would probably be the first thing.
It did correlate. I checked that. I've just noticed something here though. He's got contact us instead of, that would lead to the same place, wouldn't it? If there's a link.
Fine.
If there's a link there.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that people are clicking other parts. Maybe they're liking it. Maybe they're commenting. Let me check. I think
that's what I was going to say, Ray. When you look in the Facebook Business Manager backend, if you look at the unique link clicks as opposed to the clicks all, the number will be very different. So it might be better, like what you're seeing in Play is all clicks. So I
Gotcha.
would double check that the unique link clicks in the business manager that's more likely to correlate to what he's seeing for the actual visits. Because if someone likes, if someone comments, if someone just clicks into the more
A click
info
is a
part
click.
of the
Yeah.
ad, that's all
Yeah.
a click.
Yeah. Gotcha. Thanks, Dex. All right, I'll check that out. One final question, if I may, and thanks so much. I've got a couple of people that can't connect their accounts, and I've had sort of like a couple of 40-minute sessions on the phone with them. Am I able to connect them with Yulia or somebody to get it sorted? What's the best way to troubleshoot that? I mean, I try to troubleshoot everything best I can, but sometimes I just run out of ideas.
Yeah, so it's like connecting their Facebook account. There's some issue.
I got two guys that are just struggling with Google. I mean, I've looked at it.
With Google,
the account's set up. They've got the credit card linked. The card's active. Everything's working, but we just can't get the connection. I think Yulia, I think I just sent you a video on that.
We can help for sure. If you send them over, we could do it like in a white labeled manner. And I think the most common thing that I've seen is that, you know, because we show them like Gmails that they have to select the right Gmail account that's on their actual Google account.
Yeah, I think that's where the problem is actually, but I just don't know how to troubleshoot it. So
yeah, that's like the most common. It's like, yeah, I have like a business email, but for some reason my personal email is on my Google account.
Yeah.
That's probably the most common one.
Okay. No worries. All right. Well, I'll connect with Yulia and we'll set something up.
That one, and then another common one for other people for Google is that if it's like a brand new account on Google, they actually make you like set up an ad first. Like they actually like make you go through this. So it's like you could just pause it right away, but they do make you go through those steps. Is it a new account or no?
Yeah, they're all new accounts.
Yeah. So they might have to like just finish out those steps on Google.
Yeah.
And then the account will actually be active and then they can select it. So I think those are probably the two.
Okay. All right. We'll troubleshoot that. He's really happy, by the way. In fact, he's cancelled a bunch of other advertising because he's getting so much traffic from this platform. He's so delighted, which is great. And he's part of a chain in New Zealand, so that I'm excited to see that black label option. That could be perfect for a scenario like that, because there's like 75 offices, you know, a big chain in NZ, so could be ideal. Yeah,
and you'll bring in your white label accounts into there too. So you know, if you want to keep your white label clients in there and plus black label, you can do that. Why isn't he doing lead ads? He wants to do the traffic, send them to the site. He doesn't want to do lead ads or message ads.
We haven't really looked at it, to be honest. I've just seen so much traffic in like he's getting 25 and 30% click-through rate on some of these things. So I'm reluctant to do something else, but definitely open for suggestions. I think you said you might be looking at doing some real estate marketing on this call or some ideas. So
yeah,
we'd love to know more about that. But yeah, every day I'm learning. So yeah.
Yeah, I think like lead ads or message ads would be really interesting. And yeah,
we've run a bunch of free appraisal ads, or like come and get a free valuation. We're just getting in Australia and New Zealand anyway, slightly better in Canada, but in Australia and New Zealand, like zero. So maybe it's the creative or the content or something. I mean, there's always, but you know, I'd love to know what's working, and I definitely get it out to my people.
Yep. Yeah. Let me take a few more questions, then maybe we could just dive into some real estate examples. But we are working on we're working on some other stuff too to help you kind of have some of these templates like open house, like maybe, you know, there's just certain categories for each business type, like roofers, you know, roof repairs, new roof. So it's like we're working on like maybe even setting up some of this stuff and preloading it in your accounts. Like a lot of like realtors who might come in here, they're like, oh yeah, maybe I should do like an open house ad or a most experienced realtor in New Zealand ad, like an overall branding ad, and then maybe like a new listing ad. So
wouldn't that be awesome? They could come in and they could see a range of creative options.
Yeah, that's what we're working on.
That'd be stunning. Yeah,
and then setting it up like
that'd be such a brilliant marketing tool as well. Hey, imagine a little video for that. They'd go off.
Yeah. Plus, like we help set up the different ad groups so they can test all of these different ones. But
That's exciting. That's
yeah,
exciting.
let's take a few more. Let's take a few
Okay,
more, then maybe I
thanks for your
will
help.
shift over to real estate. But just last thing, Ray. I remember you mentioned, maybe, I don't know, maybe this would help other people on the call too, but like I think you said like your realtors are actually showing their clients like the ads that they're launching or something like that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean that's just like a really interesting way. So it's like Ray mentioned that his realtor clients are actually showing their clients like actually setting this up and launching ads, and it's a pretty cool way. It's pretty cool to
Once
show the
once
actual.
they get a bit of confidence, they're going, say, and this is Andrew Clark from New Zealand. So he's got a big team. So he's training his people. They go in here and they show them. They say, let me show you how well this is working. And they say, look, you know, most agents just create one ad. We create a bunch, and they're all live tested in the system, right? And then directing the budget towards the best traffic, and they show them on the different feeds, and that blows them away. And then they take them up here to the numbers, and they go here. Well, you can see they explain what a click-through rate is. They just go click-through, clicks, and cost per click. So cost per click's not really a thing because it's vendor-paid advertising in Australia. The clients pay the bill. And we're finding that here in Canada now. The real estate agents, the selling clients are happy to pay a premium for advertising to use a system like this because they see it and it blows them away. So yeah, we show them that, and we show them the cost per click against the benchmark, and the click-through rate against the benchmark, and they're really interested. So yeah, that's very, very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, maybe, yeah, let's take a few more questions, but yeah, I think maybe we should go over some like lead ads and stuff. I think lead ads would be good for you too. But yeah, thanks, Ray.
Hey, Logan, a couple questions for you.
Hey. Yeah.
And by the way, I love the date change. This is actually very convenient. It'd be nice if you could rotate between the two because
I know. Well,
Fridays work best for me, but obviously
Yeah.
everyone's got different schedules.
I don't know if you've ever met Dex, but like, yeah, I wanted to thank you for like all the, you know, you're always in the group commenting and everything. So
I'm just addicted to the platform. So you guys have created an amazing resource.
yeah. Yeah. So thank you.
One question, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll lead off where Ray was before. The link bridge is amazing so far. I was just wondering, is there any plans to, and I'm sure there is because you guys are always developing new stuff, to add in the Google MCC so that we can start working on behalf of clients who also have Google ads as well as Facebook?
Yeah, let me share my screen. So like that's something else, like, and TikTok. If TikTok stays around, I don't know, we could chat about that a little bit. But yeah, Google is going to be next. Let me switch into this default workspace. This might mess because I'm in Black Label now. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so now I'm still active. So yeah, we're gonna bring Google in here, and definitely Google will be next. Yeah, we'll have Google in here. Yep.
How long I mean, obviously there's no set timeline, but you're thinking like a couple months or
before a couple months. I think like there's so many other things that we want to do, like, but I think this is probably going to be in May to add Google in here. It's not going to be, it won't be like in June. I think that it'll be more towards the end of May. We'll have Google in here for sure. And then we'll start adding the other platforms too, like maybe LinkedIn or something, but Google will definitely be next.
Perfect. And actually, since you're in the client section, that was another thing. I noticed so if you close out a link bridge,
yep,
in the top right corner of your screen, so when you're logged into like your account within Play, it looks normal, but when you're in the high level connection, the name is the sub account's name. And then because the sub account's name is pulled in for the client space, it actually duplicates it. So when I'm doing demos, it'll actually be like, hello, Logan of Logan type thing, because it's the same thing over and over. I don't know if it's possible to either have an option or a setting just to have it say the hello name or hello client space, right?
Yeah.
But I think because the sub account is treated as the name, it just shows a duplicate.
Yep, I get it. Yep. We will fix that. I think it might just be better to put something else here. Just taking a screenshot, and then I get it. Yep.
Yeah. It's so minor, but it's just it stands out. Maybe it's OCD. I don't know.
It makes it look kind of weird, like it's not just you know, properly integrated or something, because
it's the replication of it or duplication. And then the other question I had is kind of what you had shown at the very beginning of this call, and I'd never actually got clarification on it. But when someone adds multiple interest groups for their targeting, does the platform, is it also optimizing for the best of those interest groups that's converting, or does it treat the whole thing as the ad? So if I have one ad that has 5 interest groups and one that has 3, is it just optimizing the description and the creative, but not the actual targeting itself of the country location that's getting the best clicks, etc.?
It's going to do the location. It's going to do the interests. It will also do
Oh,
the interests.
okay.
But that's still like, that's even more just on the Facebook side. Like on Google, you could break it out by keywords, but on Facebook, like they don't even allow that breakout option. So it's always going just to be rotating to find like to split it basically definitely across locations, but also across the interests.
Gotcha.
And just kind of grouping it and finding like the best audience. Um, so we'll be doing that, but like they don't even, I don't know why they don't even have that breakdown like Google would,
Gotcha.
but it
Okay.
would be. Yep.
Perfect. No, that was all for me. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Dex. What else is
Logan,
going
can I?
on?
Oh, sorry. Is there I guess a place where I get in line to ask a question?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Eric.
Oh, okay. So I started running a lead ad, and I did when I was checking. I've gotten 2 leads from it, but when I go to check the system is not reading as though I'm getting any leads. So I'm wondering if I did it wrong because originally I started running a conversion campaign, and then and it wasn't hitting, it wasn't getting me any leads. So I just duplicated it and tried running it as a lead ad. And when I did that, I've gotten a couple results. It's still not, as good as I'd want, but um I guess the question I have is why it's not showing that I'm generating leads from lead ads on my system.
So like here it's showing 0.
Yeah,
And
so yeah. So exactly. Well, I don't even have a thing that says lead count. Mine just says uh only have like the cost per lead. So I don't know if there's a way that are you able to look at my account?
do you want to share your screen real quick? We
Sure.
can, yeah, let me stop sharing. Let's share your screen.
Okay, so all right, so here's my current one.
Okay. So yeah,
And
tap view results on this one.
okay.
Yeah, I see that. I see that up in the top right now. Yeah, it's duplicating the names too. CD8, yeah. But anyways, okay, so here, so this one looks like a conversion campaign. This one looks like a conversion campaign.
Yeah, so that's what I was wondering if I did something wrong because originally it was a conversion campaign. So when I hit duplicate, I went and I edited up at the top where it said conversions. I hit edit and I changed it to lead ad, thinking that's how to do it. But I guess I'd have to
Yep.
start from scratch or what?
Hmm. Can you scroll down a little bit? Like all the way to the bottom?
The other thing I noticed is that, we have like, 16 variations, but it's only giving me data on like a couple pictures and one ad copy. So that's the
Oh
other
yeah,
thing.
it'll start loading it up. It just needs more data for this one.
Okay.
Because yeah, this was created like what date is it? 2 days. Yeah, they will all eventually show.
I see what you're saying. Like right here for goal, it still
Yeah, so
says
that's
conversion.
conversion.
So that's why I guess I can't do it that way then. You can't duplicate a conversion ad and then select lead ad as the option. You'd have to kind of start from scratch and select lead ad from the jump.
Hmm, that's a good question. I mean, you should be able to. I'm just trying to remember back in Facebook ads, if you duplicate one goal, it's like basically like when you create a Facebook ad, like you can never like edit the goal, but I'm thinking like maybe Huli or Pal, like
I'm thinking
it
maybe
should be leads, but
yes. maybe can you try to do this right now to duplicate the ad? So maybe if we have time, if you're
Yeah.
okay, Logan,
Yeah.
go into the advertise tab. And
So I duplicated I believe I
that one,
duplicated this one. And so
Yeah.
what I did, I hit duplicate, and then at the top right here, I just hit edit, and I changed it to leads.
but
And you
this
have the
one is
lead one.
leads. So
Yeah, I
can
don't.
you go just once again back into the advertise tab? There, scroll down and click on view results instead of duplicate. I want to see something. And scroll to the bottom once it's uploaded.
Okay.
Oh, yes, here it says conversion.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. See, because I mean,
Yes.
they were all originally conversions. That's the first lead ad I tried to run.
Yeah, I just took a screenshot of this. Let me, so I have the campaign name. Yeah, can you add your actually no, I can find your email from this campaign name. Let me check and follow up with you, Eric.
Do you
Okay.
think, Logan, when it's duplicating the ad, is it almost skipping through the campaign creation and then almost replicating the campaign settings and then going to the
Yeah.
ad creation? So even though it makes it seem like it's changing the goal of the ad, the campaign, the master campaign that it was based off of is remaining?
It could be. I need to check. It could be because I'm just trying to remember in Facebook ads, if you duplicate a campaign, I think it's just going to bring in that same campaign goal and it's going to be set. Once you duplicate a campaign, you can't change the goal. But let me check. Let me check, Eric.
Okay.
And we'll see what's going on. In the future,
Obviously, I gotta tweak something. So the one thing, like from when I used to run ads from the Facebook Ads Manager, I was always trained that I shouldn't edit copy or edit images once the ad is running, that I should just make a duplicate and then make the changes.
yeah.
On here, you have that option. Like when I go up to the top and it says, edit targeting, edit creative, should I not do that? Or have things changed where I actually could edit on the fly, implement it, and it'll start possibly pulling better.
I think by week 2, it's fine to make those edits. Like you definitely don't want to do it in the first 7 days, but like by week 2, this campaign could be doing better if you make some of these changes.
Yeah, and this one's
So
already turned off, obviously, but so it's too late for that. But
yeah,
I'm just wondering with the lead ad I'm currently running, if there's something I could tweak there, I guess.
yeah, I wouldn't do it in the first week. But like if we let you know this, then the campaign you're reaching isn't resonating with it. So let me follow up. I have the screenshot of this to see kind of what's going on, like why is that staying on conversion?
Okay.
But one thing you could do is like in the Creative Hub, like build like that overall Facebook. First, let me check on the duplicate thing, but you could also like build these in the Creative Hub. And then like when you launch them, you could change the goal from the Creative Hub. So you don't have to like rebuild anything. It's just always a template in your Creative Hub.
A lead ad template.
A lead ad template, or it's just like a Facebook template, and then it's in there. And then when you tap create ad, you could switch the goal, but it should be working like that on duplicate. So I need to check that right after this, and I'll follow up in like 5
And the
minutes.
last question I have pertaining to that, do you think that because of what it did, that it's affecting my lead ad performance, because it's trying to still do conversion, even though
Yeah,
I
you're definitely not on lead ads. You're definitely not on lead ads. So like we might need to take a look and even uh like even we have to see because you want us to do lead ads. So we want to make sure you're doing that. And we might even have to do something where we're, we don't we might have to do something where we're kind of like helping you out with some of that ad spend because it should have been a lead ad already. So let
Okay.
me follow up with you.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course. Yeah. I'll follow up with you in like 5 minutes right after this.
Okay.
Yep. What's that for too? Is that for real estate or what was that for?
So therefore, we're looking for consumers who are going to be joining the Medicare program.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's
So
like insurance.
yeah, your insurance.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Any other questions?
It might be cool looking because I know you guys are the masters of TikTok ads. I've actually never really dove into it. I know we do a lot of stuff on Facebook and Google, but in the future it could be cool if you guys are expanding into say Snapchat or TikTok to see the use of some of the other platforms. Because I know for myself, I live in my own comfort zone of Google and Meta. But if you're having success with TikTok or LinkedIn, etc., it'd be kind of cool to see what the process is for even building ads over the results that you're seeing, or
Yeah.
even case studies of people using some of the other platforms.
Yeah,
Just
definitely. Yeah, we can go over TikTok real quick. Our TikTok is like very in-depth. Our Spotify is very in-depth. LinkedIn, we're going to be adding like lead form ads next month and retargeting. So like LinkedIn is going to be getting some of these same features that TikTok has, because on TikTok, you can do traffic goals. You can do an instant form. So like an instant form is just like Facebook lead ads. We're going to be bringing this to LinkedIn next month. And you can also do conversion ads. So for TikTok, it's almost like if you know Facebook ads, TikTok just literally copied Facebook ads essentially. Like it's pretty much the exact same thing. Um, what works best for them is still like, even for us, like a lot of the time we'll just like clear out of the targeting and just go with AI targeting. Very similar to Facebook. Like a lot of people might not even have any interest on Facebook just because Google has that intent. Like if people are actually searching for like best realtor near me, or power washing near me, or car cleaner near me. So like Google has that intent. With Facebook, if you're targeting interests, and on TikTok, if you're targeting interests, they might have already just done that service, but like Facebook or TikTok, like they don't have that data. There's like less intent. So that's why it could still be good to clear out of some of these interests on Facebook, on TikTok, and some of these other platforms. So you can do that. Like, let me kind of walk through this. So we'll recommend some of these for you, like interests. What actually works best on TikTok though are hashtags if you want to do targeting.
I don't know if I'm
Oh,
seeing your screen.
oh. Here we go. Can you see that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So for TikTok, what's going to work best on TikTok if you do targeting is going to be the hashtag targeting, because this is reaching people who have engaged with an organic video on TikTok that has these hashtags on it. So you're already reaching people who have watched a longer duration or liked or commented on a video with these hashtags. So like this can work great. Like maybe you're a coaching business who's only coaching like insurance agents. So you could even like type in a hashtag, like we're only going to show certain ones, but like insurance tips or something like that, or uh, insurance. So like there's going to be, let me pull this screen up right here. So like this one down at the bottom right here, insurance agent, like maybe you just want to reach people who have engaged, like not people interested in insurance, but people who are actually insurance agents. Maybe they're giving them best practices and things. So hashtag targeting is going to be the best for TikTok if you want to use it. But a lot of the time, it's just better to like clear it out because their algorithm is really good at reaching people. I think since TikTok came out, they've changed everyone's algorithm. Like you might see better videos like before on like when Instagram used to be like sort of the main platform, and even before TikTok, how Instagram worked was that they're just going to show, if you post something, it's really only going to reach your followers. But since TikTok came out with, this virality approach, you can reach people who have never followed you, who have never seen your content or anything. So since TikTok came out, like they've kind of changed the algorithm and everything. So like their algorithm is really good at just finding people already. But if you did want to do targeting, I'd probably do the hashtag targeting right here on TikTok. TikTok ads have a much cheaper cost per click as well. Like I think we have our benchmarks in here and everything, but like TikTok is cheaper than Facebook, Bing is cheaper than Google, Spotify is cheaper than pretty much all of them. It's just less competition as well. But you can do your hashtag targeting, you can do your age and gender targeting right here, and then you can also do your location targeting as well right here. For the lead forms, TikTok does not allow us to actually, like in Facebook, you can build out your entire lead form. On TikTok, you actually have to build the lead form inside of the TikTok manager. That's the only problem. And we're partnered with TikTok, so like we're working with them like to see how can we actually bring that lead form creation in into our platform so you can actually build the lead form in here. But right now you do have to build it inside of TikTok ads for your lead forms. This is probably the one that you want to do the most. This is probably the one that we do the most, is that, we'll work with like a TikTok influencer who, TikTok influencers who have like 100,000 followers are going to charge way less than a YouTuber who has 100,000 followers. So what Spark Ads do is that Spark Ads, they'll send you a code like we have this video right here. How Spark Ads work is that you're almost like boosting their post. So it's like they're already seen as an influencer. They already have the video. They know how to exactly film short form content. So like we'll use their short form content from their profile and we'll just boost it. So how this works is that they basically send you a code. You can add up to like 10 codes, I think, in one ad right here. And it's almost like boosting their post, and it's their profile kind of representing the ad, but you're just boosting it. So it's helping them out. It's helping you out. So that's kind of like, Facebook's ad booster feature. This is TikTok Spark Ads. So this is like if we work with an influencer, we'll always say like, hey, you know what? And like for example, like a TikTok influencer with 100,000 followers might just charge like $200, and we'll just use that in the ads. They know exactly how to film content, and then you can just download that same video and remove the watermark with an app called SaveTick, and then just use that as your ads on Instagram or YouTube Shorts as well. So we always work with TikTok influencers because they know exactly how to film the content, and it's just a little bit more affordable as well. But Spark Ads is definitely good for you for this.
Hey, Logan, forgive my ignorance. I just want clarification. So
Yep.
if I worked with an influencer, you're saying that it would still be my video that I created, but just their name showing as their like boost, like with my video?
The first part, it would be their video that you're boosting. It would be like their video that they post, like you just pay them like $200. So they're like marketing you already just for free. And like, it's just like working with like an influencer. But then you're taking it a step further and you're saying, hey, like, can you send me this advertising code? And I will also boost this content. And it's represented by their page.
Okay, so we'd have to tell them about our product, and they'd go and create a video about our product that we can boost.
Exactly.
Okay, I got
Exactly.
you.
And like it just saves a lot of time for you to figure out. It's like, how do I know what could, what effects do I use and things like that? Like it does take time to figure out, short form content. But if you work with an influencer, they kind of take that off, and then you can still use that video across every platform. So it's actually their video. So they're posting you one time, you'll get, just like a normal influencer post, but then you're taking a step further and using that video as Spark Ads, which is, even if you talk to the TikTok team, like this is probably the best format to use for TikTok ads. And that's it. You add your code right there. You could add up to like 10 codes in one ad. And the only thing for TikTok is that they do require at least at least a $30 a day. I actually think it's $20 a day. They require a higher budget than Facebook or Google. They're still like a newer ad platform. So you do need to have at least $20 a day on TikTok ads. It's not like a play thing. It's just for TikTok.
What are you seeing for comparison for like cost per click, or like $20 a day on TikTok? Are you actually burning through that? Like, I know if you give Meta $20 as a budget, they'll spend $20 a day. Is
Yeah,
it TikTok just likes to see that amount, or will they actually go through $20 a day?
they'll go through it. They'll
Okay.
go through it. Let's see this one, and this is like one of our demo accounts. So let's see if this one will go. And then we can go over Spotify real quick too. So this is yeah, so this is exactly what we did right here. So like this is an influencer video.
Paying for Google.
We paid, someone to do this for us, just pointing at the screen. Like I've made several videos like this too that have like 200,000 views on TikTok, where it's like just pointing at a screen. So this is like an influencer post that we did right here. This is the cost per click right here. So 68 cents cost per click. And yeah, this is one that we kind of just always have running. So, click-through rate, I think on TikTok's gonna be like a little bit lower, but the overall cost per click, like we've even seen much lower cost per click, but even on average, a cost per click on Facebook, like global average is $1.80. Here's just 68 cents and everything right here. So we'll like use this to sort of get people to our site, relevant people to our site for cheap. And then like we'll retarget to them maybe with Google or Facebook. So it's kind of like just building up the funnel for cheap. And then we'll have our retargeting campaign sort of close the deal, even though there'll still be some conversions from this, but it's really mostly for building up our funnel and then remarketing to them on some other platforms. It's just much cheaper to do it like this.
Hey, Logan, I just noticed, well, I didn't just notice, but while you're on that screen, is there any chance we could get thousands operators in our data? So if you notice like your reach, your impressions, your spend, there's no comma. Is that something that we could possibly get for readability?
Yep. Let me take a screenshot of that. Yep, exactly. Add the commas here. Right. Is that what you're saying, Dex? Just add the commas right here?
Yeah, just at first, I don't usually have that much traffic volume, but it's kind of like, okay, yeah, that's not 3 million, that's 122,000.
Yeah. Yep, we can do that. We can do that for sure. So I have the screenshot of that. I have this. We'll follow up with Eric. And so that's like for TikTok. We can like actually go through and like build. I think TikTok is actually really good for realtors, honestly. When we were in Y Combinator, in our actual same group, so Y Combinator's funded like Airbnb and Coinbase and Instacart. We're also part of Y Combinator, and like in our group, one of them was a company called Play House, and they basically like did TikTok, but like a TikTok app, but just for real estate. Like a lot of people go on TikTok and like look at different homes, different home walkthroughs. So I think TikTok is actually really good for real estate, honestly. Not for every platform. Like if you're working with e-commerce companies, definitely use TikTok. If you're working with realtors, use TikTok. I will say people who are even power washers and lawn care companies go viral every single day on TikTok. But I don't think it'd be the best to advertise on TikTok for those specific services. I still think Google is better, but I think for maybe even for like car dealerships, e-commerce, real estate, maybe we need to create a list. Maybe that's actually what we probably should do, is like maybe give you like an idea of like what sort of these platforms might be good for certain business types. I think that actually might be useful. But for if you're working with e-commerce clients, TikTok is really good, and you should do like conversion ads on TikTok.
Logan, that'd be awesome. Sorry, that would be amazing. Any way we could get an idea as to what sort of content is working for realtors?
Yep. Like put that in the app, or you're just trying to
just for your
I think
your subscribers, just for clients, so we can tell our people what's working for them.
Yeah, I think just filming vertical and just like a walkthrough. Like, I mean, I think if you have a super interesting property like that church that was converted,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a super interesting video that they could just post organically for free. If it does well, then turn that into a Spark ad or just promote that ad.
Okay.
You don't always have to do Spark ads. You can just use that video. But I think like if it's an interesting property like that, it's going to do really well.
Cool idea. Cool idea. Okay. On it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. And
And
then
Logan, correct me if I'm wrong, but actually kind of on the same token that Ray mentioned, is it possible? I'm guessing it's possible to see like what's currently trending, what's really performing in TikTok really well, because isn't that very standard go-to? Just see like what the current, this is what influencers do, right? They see what's really popular, what's working, and then they just adapt it to, say, real estate or e-commerce for their specific brand.
Yep, exactly. So like all you have to do on TikTok, if you open it up, and we'll see if it stays around, but like Instagram has, I think, something similar to this too. Like on TikTok, when you open it up, there's like at the bottom, I think there's like some sort of explore button, explore tab. You can literally just type in the word marketing. You can filter it by hashtags, and like you could do like most liked in the past 30 days. And you'll see like the most trending videos for hashtag marketing or hashtag real estate in the last 30 days. And it could just be a great way to get ideas for your content too. So they'll have like the trending audio that you might want to use, but it's literally just 3 clicks to see whatever niche you want. It's like the explore button on the bottom. You can search for whatever real estate, marketing, power washing, whatever. And then you can filter it by like most liked or most viewed in the past year or 30 days, or I think like week is like another one. And that can kind of help you with just like filming some content too.
And sorry, I know I'm sorry to keep interrupting, Logan. Just as you said that, I wonder if a possible, and I don't even know if Play could do this, but if there would be a way in the platform, if we could almost find like TikTok influencers or brands that would make for a great partnership. Like I would just imagine like in the platform, if you typed in, say, real estate, if you could see TikTok influencers and almost be able to identify them, and then we could then reach out to them to create Spark ads for us. If that was somehow integrated, that would almost skip a lot of the brainstorming and needing, while also just upping that ease of use kind of factor.
Yep. We also need to bring the Facebook ad library into here too. So that's a great idea. That's a great idea. We actually used to have like an influencer finding tool in here. But like we're always just focused on ads. Like we actually used to have an influencer finding tool, but it just kind of spread us too thin. So we kind of just, maintain the focus on ads. But I think like bringing in the Facebook ad library into here so you can kind of see what other brands are doing would also be useful. For sure. But yeah, I mean, we have time for one more question. Like maybe next week, what we'll do is we'll go over some of these more specific campaign types like Spotify. Spotify is pure audio. So I'll go over this real quick. And if we could take like one more question as well. But for Spotify, even if you want to like, it's basically an image right here. And you can have, this is like some of our audio files that are already in Spotify, but you can just use our AI voice generator and generate an audio ad in seconds, because it is really audio based on Spotify. And for the targeting, how it's going to be working is that you're targeting people. There's like other targeting aspects here, like you can target people who listen to certain types of music, but we just didn't think that would, like, that just doesn't perform as well unless you are a music artist and you're promoting on Spotify. That's why I think Spotify is actually a really unique aspect, because it's just like radio. Realtors still do radio ads sometimes. Many other types of businesses do radio ads. This is a very similar type of radio ad where you can reach people who are interested in certain podcasts. So like one podcast could even be people who listen to real estate podcasts right here. So that's like the targeting that we went with, just because it's more relevant to like the business types that we work with. So this is going to be targeting people who have shown interest in maybe, business and finance podcasts, all these different podcast options right here. So that's how the targeting would work on Spotify, and just consider it like the modern day radio. I think it's always good to have some sort of Spotify ad up, like even on all these platforms. Like it's just a cheaper way to build up your funnel. And then you should always have some sort of retargeting campaign set up. Like a lot of people, what I've seen is they only focus on new people at the top of the funnel, but then the bottom of their funnel is super leaky. Like there's nothing kind of closing the deal. So we always have all these different campaigns set up to kind of get people to our site for much less than just reaching new people on Facebook, but then we'll still retarget to them on Facebook or Google, which is still cheaper because it's our own audience. Like not as many people are bidding on our exact custom audience for retargeting. But you know, this is Spotify ads. We help you build the audio and you're targeting it based on people who have shown interest in other podcasts. So we can like go more in depth on this at a later time too. But overall, we have just some really awesome like big projects this month. I think like some other ones that we're working on are definitely like the LinkedIn lead ads. I think will be really useful for you, like LinkedIn retargeting as well. So yeah, we're just going super in depth on each of these platforms while still continuing to add more. Like we still have, you know, eventually there's going to be dozens of other ad platforms in here. Like Yelp is still one that we need to add. Pinterest for sure. There's a lot of ad platforms, and that's kind of what this overall ad industry is like moving towards. Is everything super fragmented? Like even Instacart has their own ad network now. Like Best Buy has their own ad network. Hulu, Disney, Netflix. So our goal is to kind of like bring everything in here. Yeah, and we're just really excited and want to thank you all for your feedback and everything. So yeah, I think we're kind of over time now, but we will do this again next week. And yeah, hope you all have a great weekend and thank you for joining.
Thanks so much, Logan. It was a blast. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Loved it.
See you. Thank you.